My friends, is cardio wrapped up? Obviously it's BodyPower, so I wanted to do that. Well, I always do my cardio first thing in the morning, but imagine walking around the expo knowing you have to do 30 minutes on a Stairmaster afterwards. Fuck that, my friends. Quick one on a Fitbit. A lot of individuals will wear a Fitbit whilst doing their cardio, etc., whilst working out, which I have no issues with at all. Fucking 30 seconds into the video and I'm starting already. This ain't gonna be a good start. I personally don't. I leave it in my car. I track. They're two different variables, what I'm trying to get at here. Your cardio is one variable and your NEAT levels, or what you do outside of the gym, it is another variable which you need to track. So for me, if you're wearing your Fitbit and contributing your step counts for the day whilst doing cardio, then I don't personally agree with that. So that's kind of how I do things, if I'm honest with you. Each to their own. You do what the fuck you want. I don't care. Just give you a heads up if that's if anyone gives a shit. Wow, a minute into this I'm rambling. Just get on with the vlog, Georgie boy. See you in a bit. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, all that kind of good bollocks. I'm looking orange as well, which is a bad move. So spent the morning prepping my meals for BodyPower. Pretty much they're all the same, if I'm honest with you. We have beef mince. This one has asparagus and kale and a little bit of mushrooms in there. We also have green beans, kale and beef mince, and again we have mushrooms, green beans, kale and beef mince. Pretty staple meals for my rest days. No stones unturned. Nathan Beck provided me with the cool bag, so greatly appreciated. I won't be doing any kind of if it fits your macros, man, or at BodyPower, unfortunately. I wish I could, but unfortunately not. So that is what my meals are going to be looking like. Just got to the actual train station. I have never missed a train in my life, and I got right outside of the train and it literally left. I was absolutely pissed. I couldn't believe it. I was standing there like shaking my head. I know it's my fault, but oh my god, that is unlucky. Wow, fuck, that's pissed me off. That's not a good start to the day. Train comes in about 10 minutes, so it comes every 10 minutes, which is quite good. But fuck me, did that piss me off, because that train is about half an hour quicker than the other one that I'm gonna sit on. Not good, George, for fuck's sake. Eating my meal number one on the train. We have 2 whole eggs, 250 milligrams of egg whites, and 125 grams of asparagus. We don't leave any stones unturned, I tell ya. If you want to be successful with this kind of stuff, if you want to ensure that you're nailing absolutely everything and getting the most then you've got to be nailing the basics. So, of course, Tupperware. Just full of fucking Tupperware today, I tell ya. It's just literally what I brought. Tupperware, Tupperware, Tupperware. Just made it to the old NEC. I'm hoping BodyPower, I don't want to sound miserable here, I don't want to sound like, you know, one of those miserable fuckers, but I'm always miserable in my videos, but BodyPower last year was shit. I'll be honest with you, it weren't the best experience. Just full of people that are from like Instagram, you know, promoting these fucking shitty protein things and buy this, buy that, it doesn't work. So I'm hoping that this year, hopefully will be a little bit better. I doubt it. Positive, man. Anyway, let's have a little look in there, see what's going on. Gonna meet Nathan and the boys and that there, and hopefully some of you guys as well, which should be good.
We have
So I didn't actually record too much of my so-called BodyPower experience this year because I got there and there wasn't really much to record. I didn't go, wow, I definitely need to record that. And like I said at the, well, earlier on in the video, it's getting bad, it's getting worse. I think I used to go because I wanted to queue up and meet the pros, you know, the top big names, the top athletes within this industry. But now people want to queue up to see bloody people of Love Island and fucking Geordie Shore. Like, you're from Geordie Shore? Okay, yeah, we'll give you fucking a contract where you can promote this shit brand which no one gives a fuck about. People walking around with tattoos, and I mean, that's no issue at all, but it's just more about, you know, looking, I don't know, it's more social media nowadays, and don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's most certainly isn't the best thing. It's really gone downhill. It really has gone downhill, and it's a shame, man. But I did want to say thank you to everyone that came up to me and said hello. I had a fucking queue. I had a queue. Imagine me having a queue. Imagine people actually queuing up to speak to me. I don't want to sit here and big myself up like, yeah, I'm fucking, look how amazing my life is and shit like that. I'm far from that type of person. If you came up to me and said hello, got a photo, you know, words can't explain how that feels. And I always give back to the people that, I don't want to be that type of geezer that fucking doesn't have a chat with people that are willing to have a chat with me. I will always make time for people that do that. I just want to say, yeah, thank you for coming up and saying hello to me. People telling me I'm too lean as well. People would just literally nudge me on the shoulder, wouldn't even speak to me and go, yeah, you're too lean, mate. It was quite funny. But no, honestly, that side of things is really, really good. Really motivates me and inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing, because I'll be honest with you, I have days where I can't be fucked to do this. I have days where, you know, motivation isn't as high. I have days where, you know, I think, stop saying, you know. I have days where I think, is it worth it? When people come up to you and say, like, keep doing what you're doing, this shoulder's really hurting from holding this camera. It's really worth it, so I just want to say thank you. So I'm just on the way to the old gymnasium. It's a beautiful fucking day today. It's really nice and warm, which when I'm lean is better, because obviously you got a bit of a tan, you know, you're feeling lean, you get away wearing a t-shirt, you're feeling a little bit better about yourself. When you're a fat slob in the old summer, it's just, you know, sweating all over the place because you're a fat blobber, you know. Stop saying, you know. But I had a few people come up to me yesterday and I wanted to cover this in my video, and I know Brandon, again, I'm talking about Brandon Harding, I'm like a fucking fanboy when it comes to speaking about him. And I know he won't mind me speaking about, but everyone came up to me and go, have you watched Brandon's recent video? If you have, obviously I have, but obviously, what do I think? And in my honest opinion, like, I always give him credit where credit's due. Like I say, like, it's really good to be open and express how you're feeling and stuff like that. I have no issue with that at all. I absolutely love the bloke, really grown on me over the past year of watching his content. Really, like, I'm the first, like, within the first hour I'll be watching his videos. I'm that much of a fan of him. However, when he went into his supplement stack and how much the drug side of things as well, I was a little bit scratching my head, because yes, I'm all for you telling us exactly what you're taking and all that kind of stuff, but that comes with negatives as well. And he was taking stuff which, for some individuals that are very uneducated on steroids and stuff like that, when I heard he was taking 125 milligrams or meg of fucking Clen, that is a lot. That is more than what Jordan Peters takes right now, which is a lot. And if you don't know anything about Clen and T3 and all this type of drugs, then the average person out there is going to assume that, oh, if Brandon's doing it, then I can do it, surely. Like, people don't, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying Brandon's in the wrong here at all, but unfortunately that side of things comes with negatives. Like, and I'm sitting here thinking, is it worth it? What you've gone through, is it worth it for you to come first place? And he even debated that himself. Of course, he looked fantastic, don't get me wrong, I'm fucking so proud of him. I was watching him on stage yesterday, cheered him on when he won. However, I'm thinking, is it worth it? Like, what you went through, sort of thing, like, just to be judged on stage by someone who, you know, likes a particular look, you know, all that politics as well, PCA politics, all that kind of stuff is very, very big when it comes to things like that. And I'm thinking, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, opens your eyes a little bit, but you just need to be very careful with how you come across on social media. Like, I can say how it is, I'm not gear at all, but for me to go out there and say, I'll take a trend, I'm taking, you know, my girlfriend's pills, I'm taking this, I'm taking that, people think, oh, because Brandon got in that shape, that means, you know, I can eat shit. and then don't worry, I'll just rely on drugs just to get it back or bring it back almost. And that's kind of, I'm not critiquing him at all here because I know he might watch this and might say something. I know I enjoy his content. I know if he's watching now, I'm a big fan. However, he just needs to be a little bit careful with that type of stuff, and that's my honest opinion, because people did ask me, and I know people care about my opinion for some odd reason. But we're off to train legs at Physique's gym in Hemel. Really good Atlantis kit. They have the pendulum, they have the Atlantis V squat, really good up-to-date hammer strength kit. It's just unfortunately that gym is bloody loud, so I might have to do a voiceover, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, looking forward to it. Listen to music, get my nut in the game sort of thing. Let's fucking do it. Let's see you in the gym. Hi guys, and welcome to this voiceover. I hope everyone is doing okay on this lovely weekend. This is a really good leg session, probably one of the best sessions I've had on prep. I don't know why the focus was there, the motivation was there, and the BodyPower, but definitely the BodyPower weekend did help. So we started on the Atlantis pendulum. Again, my advice is, you know, take it through its fullest range of motion. You see so many people avoid the hole. So essentially the hole is the hard bit, which you get very much stuck in. Like the amount of times I've had to drop the weight because I can't get out the hole. It happens all the time. I want my feet as low as I can on the platform to allow me to get full knee flexion. I do recommend having a bit of a spot on this movement. The main reason behind that is because when things get hard, you can really allow your spot to get you out of that hole, if that makes sense. Like if you notice how I stall within this hole, and the spotter just allows you just to get out of that little phase, and then I'll do one set where I'll just go to, for example, failure on my own. It's always a case where I get buried at the bottom of this movement, and it's the best place to finish in my opinion when it comes to getting absolutely ruined. So again, I do a set of a really heavy set where I have a spot, and then I'll do a back off set where, you know, I'm aiming for that 12 to 15 rep range work. Again, the rest periods get a little bit towards the end, a little bit lower, and then obviously here you can see I failed on that one. But the best pendulum I've ever used, really, really hard. We then moved on to the Atlantis V squat, which is probably one of the best V squats I've used by Atlantis. Again, grabbing myself a little spot on that top set. The sticking point is really hard on this. Like I'm fucking stuttering left, right and centre here. Your spotter is a great way of just getting you out of the hole. You can notice here how just getting out the hole just makes it a little bit easier for me, and you can go notice there, a little bit, that's a tiny little spot bit. It helps so much. Again, I'm keeping my heels planted. I'm really trying to focus on staying on the muscle, because it's very easy to move weight on these particular movements. I want you to stay on your quads. I want you to stay on whatever muscle group you are on, and not move weight when it gets hard, if that makes sense. Because as soon as you start moving weight, you've lost the set, if that makes sense. The set does not count. We then moved on to the I then did a set on my own. Of course, this was a 19 rep on 3 plates. I was absolutely fucked, and again decided to stupidly bury myself. It's so hard, but I'm driving through my heels. I'm taking a big breath in the eccentric, and then concentric I'm blowing out, and I'm trying to stay on it. Nearly had that rep, but fuck me, I was written off after this. And then we moved on to the old standard leg press. Again, depth here, guys. Notice how my depth is pretty, I'm pretty much bringing my knees to my chest. I think it's the best way to progress a movement when it comes to things like that. Again, not fully locking out. People have complained in the past about me fully locking out. I'm staying on the muscle, again, staying on the fucking muscle. And I'll show you in this next clip how much support I got from this gym. It is fucking unreal. Like, this was crazy intensity in this next clip. So have a little look at this one.
Boom. Nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Keep on moving. Yep. Up. Yeah. Lovely. Moving. Yep. Come on. Come on. Go. Drive. Lovely. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 3. One more. Come on. Up. One more. Up. Yeah.
Oh, that was nice fun for that.
Good now.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I was absolutely ruined after that set. They pushed me maybe a little bit too far, if I'm honest with you, because I don't think they realised I was on prep. And don't get me wrong, training really hard is fantastic, but pushing yourself to that extreme is absolutely sometimes brutal, and it's gonna, you know, dip into my recovery to some degree. But I did tell him I was on prep, and he's like, yeah, I shouldn't have pushed you that hard. But I was absolutely fucked after these sets of leg press. I did a 30 set rep on a leg press, and as you can see, my chest, I'm absolutely blowing it. I had to sit in the middle of the bloody gym. But honestly, I felt on top of the world. RDLs, another movement which I've avoided for such a long time, and it shows in my physique. This is a fantastic movement for the glutes, the hamstrings, and building those overall hamstrings. So if you want a good thick hamstring from the side, from the back, you definitely need to incorporate something like this. So 2 sets of 12 to 15 there, really kind of controlling the eccentric, and almost, how can I word this? Just staying up, driving through my heels is one important thing. We then finished on leg extensions, abductors, and then a seated calf raise. So overall, fucking really, really good session. Absolutely buzzing about it, if I'm honest with you. My focus was there, everything was there. I felt on the money, and yeah, this was all about, man. I'm motivated to continue pushing. So driving from my heels here, like I said before. Honestly, such a really good session. That was probably one of the best sessions I've had on my prep. I'll be straight with you, fucking unreal. The support I get down at that physiques gym is so much better than the support I get at home back at my other gym. The owner, Chris, he is always, he checks up on me. He's not even my coach or anything like that. AJ is obviously my coach, but he's always looking at me, always telling me do this, do that, always giving me advice. And like I said, if you saw some of the clips in there, I was getting spots of people just coming over and giving me spots and telling me, look, you've got 5 more, George. You're 13 weeks out. Fucking work. And I'm sitting there going, fuck, like, these people are pushing me, and wow, I'm fucked. Don't get me wrong, this session I'm absolutely battered, but I finished that session going, fucking hell, I gave it my all. I've worked my absolute bollocks off, and I've been really inspired. Like, I can't stress the importance of surrounding yourself with people. And you know, people always say this in fucking quotes, and you see this in motivational speeches and posts and stuff, but I cannot stress the importance of your environment. Your environment is so important to your success. If you can put yourself in the right place, and it's going to take time, don't get me wrong, it's going to take time. You have to find that place and be patient with it, be consistent with what you're doing, and once you find that sweet spot, wow, absolutely unreal. So my motivation after BodyPower, my motivation after today is really, really fucking good. I'm 13 weeks out today, and trust me, people that are watching me and wanting to see what I can bring, I'm gonna fucking bring it to the stage, trust me. So I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this day. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please drop a like. If you're new around here as well, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate all the support as usual, appreciate all the views and all that kind of good bollocks, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, 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 bye.